Welcome to Transmission. Today I'm here with Dustin from BTC Art Gallery. How's it going?
Hey Theo, it's good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. And I'm checking out your site and I see you've been hard at work doing a lot of updates, and now you've got a lot of different features. You've got different categories. You've got all kinds of a lot of different artwork that you've collected, especially since there's been a lot of quote drama going on in Bitcoin. I think you can confirm that the output of memes, paintings, videos, etc., really increases when there's a lot of drama, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. The emotions people have. This is how they work it out sometimes.
Definitely. Yeah, right. You can see the emotions going on, reflected in the stuff being spread around. So, touching on that, I'm going to go to a little collection you did of so-called blockchain memes, and yeah, they're pretty good. Here's a Zoolander one. I'm going to have to zoom out a little. Uh, you know, it's blockchain is hot. Wouldn't you agree?
That is the magic word of was it the word last year or is it the word this year?
Well, we'll discuss that. Blockchain's so hot right now. Well, I think blockchain is out, and now we're into the distributed fault tolerant data store um, area, that can definitely be more in the 2016 area. Or I mean, come on, permit 2016 is permission ledger year for sure. Now I really like these. This is great. Permission ledger, all of your problems. Because blockchain, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. I mean, he's making so backed up the blockchain instead of his wallet. Now, you said that that might even be older than the whole blockchain discussion. I think you're right. I mean, that could be a mistake, I guess, that someone could make if they're new. They didn't back up their keys, they backed up the blockchain. But I mean, the wallets aren't designed for that, but still. You can also do permission distributed blockchain. That's another variation. Blockchain everywhere. I know blockchain. So there's really, and this is how I feel. I think say blockchain one more time. I think we've all had enough of this. So yeah, there's been a lot of that going around. Uh, you have anything else to say about these blockchain memes, Dustin?
And I don't even know if I could ever say anything about blockchain again.
Oh, I like this one. Distributed fault tolerant data store. I think I'm going to keep that as a new term. Distributed fault tolerant data store, DFTDS. That is good. So let's see. Probably after watching this episode, we'll see a new startup emerge called DFTDS, and they're going to be talking about distributed fault tolerant data stores and about how you can get your own private one because that will solve all of your problems. And moving on, so you've also created these different sections, and that's pretty cool. So you've got a Satoshi section, paintings, comics, etc. So if you click each one, then you get, just that. And we went over to the video section, and you mentioned something that was really interesting that I do want to. Here we go. So you mentioned that if there is a Hitler video made of something in Bitcoin, then it's really important. So just tell us more about your what you've seen, what you've noticed.
My theory.
Yeah, your theory, your Hitler video theory.
I don't know. Maybe I should submit it first to like some peer review art journals and
Well, yeah,
write
sure.
a
Well, yeah.
500 page thesis on it.
Well, you're at a university, right?
Collect maybe $50 million in funding to study it. Yeah, no. Godwin's law. Godwin's law is the internet rule, also known as the Nazi apologies. Godwin's law is, as an online discussion grows longer, the probability of a comparison involving Hitler or the Nazis approaches. So what this also means is playing the Nazis card. Okay, so as there are big events in Bitcoin, people get upset about stuff, and Hitler memes. I don't fully understand this, but Hitler memes become like a line that is crossed at some point. It's only the most important events get a Hitler meme. It's really random. It's some random different guy every time. I don't even know if he's ever seen the other Hitler memes. There's no evidence of that.
Right. Okay. So I'm going over some of the topics, and yeah, there's a nice collection here. So you say this is the first one. It could be Hitler sells all his Bitcoins, as far as the Bitcoin related one. And
yeah, this is from one of the very early first crashes or something. Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got Hitler finds out Bitcoin survived the Bitcoin survived Mt. Gox. Mark Capellas admitted a leaked Gox crisis document, more or less legit. Yeah, it's so you've got some. I think you can also get a real short overview of some of the history if you just watch the videos and just read between the lines a little. So here we got Hitler finds out about Butterfly Labs Monarch. Here we've got Hitler and the Bitcoin crash 2015, probably when it went to 160.
Yep.
And then we've got, here it goes, Hitler, core dev Hitler. So you know, that's when the whole block size and
We've
everything.
got like 5 of these videos playing now in the background.
Yeah, that's cool. We got a lot. You can kind of, because you can see the subtitles. And I mean, it's really ridiculous when you know German and you watch these, but it's still funny. Okay, and Hitler finds out about Mark Hearn, leaving basically, and so I think that's a really interesting theory, and I'll have to take a look at the collection of videos. Not only do you have Hitler videos, you also have other cool ones like R3 destroys R3 anti-Bitcoin iPhone with rifle.
This is when iPhone first banned the Bitcoin apps from their store, and one of the Bitcoin users in Reddit went out and shot his iPhone in return for I believe it was a Nexus.
Nice.
With a high-powered rifle.
Even Zoolander is pumping Bitcoin now. He's not pumping blockchains. He's on to Bitcoin now.
It's his new look. That's what Derek Zoolander's new look is. It's Bitcoin.
Nice. All right. So going over to another. All right. So you said that, I didn't realize this at all, and I totally missed it. You picked out this shot from The Simpsons, and you said that the company R3 used this on their blog, right?
Go ahead. Right there, the link. Click on it. I got this from reading their blog. I subscribe to pretty much everybody, and there it is in the other tab there.
So what's the meaning of this?
So this is from their own blog. This is from the R3 blog, and this is the candid shot from a recent R3 secret meeting. Here's the subtitle.
Breaking up, it's hard to do.
Yeah, it's about Mike Hearn.
Right.
So if you go back up, this is them making a joke.
It is.
This is them.
It's nice. It's it's good. I get it. It's funny. I like their beer krugs here. They're really overflowing.
The context of this joke, what they find funny, I do not find funny.
Well, I get it from their point of view, I think.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. I get it from their point of view too, but their point of view is this is not. They're not on the same page here. The fact that they would think that that it's funny to reference themselves as the Masons from The Simpsons, who are secretly in control of everything, as kind of like poo-pooing our worries.
Right. So this episode of The Simpsons is Homer at a Freemason meeting. Is that right?
Right. A Freemason meeting in which all the important officials in the town and the government are all there colluding secretly behind the scenes. And in the episode, Homer gets invited to finally join the Masons and become part of the Brotherhood or whatever.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me count the beer krugs here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so maybe we can interpret that as a secret message. And if we draw a line here, and we can get the geometry of the lines between the beers.
It's pixels, man. Remember that Andreas wallet with the kittens?
Well, there are called R3, and there are 3 points in a triangle. So that's an important note to make.
Right. It all ties together here.
It definitely all ties in together. All right. And so I was checking out your site, and you also linked, I'm just going to link directly to the auction. You also linked to this Bitcoin graffiti canvas auction. So this is the same guy that made the Bitcoin Last Supper. And now he's auctioning up this graffiti canvas. That's pretty cool. It's pretty fat. Let's scroll down here. So acrylic and Posca on canvas, 80 by 30 centimeters. How much is that in inches for everyone else? Can you tell us?
Centimeters, inches. Man, I could have.
I'm kind of joking. I can't either right now. But original canvas from the artist Yol, who did Bitcoin Last Summer, and the Moiners. This piece is his first ever, so it's an old one.
Yeah, it's his first. So he's got a attachment to it. He's just seeing what his reach right now within the Bitcoin art community is, and who cares about this sort of stuff. He's a real experimental kind of guy. I've communicated a little with him. He's doing a new piece. He does pieces on commission, and he's doing a new big painting that we'll hopefully get to see here soon. But I really like this. That's the kind of thing I expect to see hanging in a sick office or something. Like come in there, or a Bitcoin embassy or something.
So this is what I guess the most famous one. We talked about this on 1 or 2 videos already and interpreted who the people are at the table.
It's been referenced. It's been referenced throughout the media as the beginning of Bitcoin art. It's in that space.
So you said that he's now offering prints of this, the full color one, or
high prints, and he signed them. It's like a limited edition thing. We should give him a shout out here on his Twitter, so you guys can find him. And
definitely. I'll link to it in the description to his
great.
To Twitter and site, so you can check it out. So here also you've got on your site, the making of, so you can see the the ideas he had, the geometry of the Last Supper painting, which is also really interesting in itself.
Yeah.
And you can also see the development, because originally it looks like Satoshi looked a little different. Here's his site. Here are the prints right here. So that's pretty nice. So I'm gonna have to check that out and see how much these cost. €55. That's not that bad. Limited edition.
He also gives away downloadable prints. He sells cheaper downloadable prints too. So if you've got your own printer, you want to do like a specific size or something, you can get his stuff too from his website.
Nice. All right, so definitely.
Actually, I went and got it just so I can have like the super high resolution wallpaper on my background as my desktop, because I got the 4K monitor and nothing looks good on it normally, but that looks great on it. I mean, the really high end paintings look great.
Definitely. Okay, here's another one. And all the people can discuss it in the comments if you want. But what's the difference between distributed ledger technology and what you did 25 years ago? Not much. So yeah,
Oh,
it's still
God.
on. It's still
I
on.
watched. Did you watch that video?
No. Tell me about it.
There it is. It's down there. I got the link for it. It was the only video really that we've had so far. I think that there was an R3 guy answering questions. And this is also the video in which it's revealed that they knew ahead of time that Mike Hearn was going to quit. And the New York Times article is coming out ahead of times, which how they would know that comes out ahead of times, and the fact they're told about that so that they could give it in this little speech at the Brookings Institution. This video will blow your mind if you were in Bitcoin, because this is the other side coming to a table to have a discussion about us, and they have no idea what they're talking about. Maybe they do. Maybe they're talking in code that it's all secrets and hidden. But from what I heard,
right?
Whew, yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. No, I saw an excerpt of this when you can see the guy talking. The guy eating right now. He's talking about. He goes, it's really funny. He goes, "Are we on the record? Okay, well, right about now, the article should be dropping in New York Times." So it's.
He knew when it was hours. Yeah. He knew hours ahead of time.
Yeah, he looked at his. I think he looks at his watch when he's saying it. So he really, it was definitely. It was a good, media offensive, I think.
Yeah, you called it a media 51% attack, right?
Oh, I don't know if he actually said that. All right, well, moving on from all that kind of drama. Here is a really cool new Bitcoin puzzle. And do you remember how much was hidden in this painting?
YT, coin artist, is the one who made this. And they're usually fairly sizable amounts. I think it was 1,000 more than that in dollar terms. I can't remember. It might have been more than that. I think it was like 4 Bitcoin, 3 Bitcoin. Something like that was hidden inside of these paintings. She makes a bunch of them, or a couple of them, and over time, because obviously they're not easy to make. She likes cryptographic puzzles and challenging the Bitcoin community to have to interpret her pieces into mathematical puzzles. So the address, the keys to access the Bitcoin are hidden inside of the lines, and so you count things in a certain order, you count certain links, and you interpret it, and then you put it together, and boom, you've got a key to some Bitcoin. It's an amazing example of really what can be done with the technology. I think she's a trendsetter because she's probably 10, 20 years too early. I'd love to see some of these in person. I think it'd be really interesting if she ever had a display anywhere.
Definitely, yeah. I haven't even begun to try to solve these things. They're multi-layered, different kinds of code. I think there might even be Morse code, encryption, all kinds of stuff like that, all in one, in order to get the numbers of the private key to import. So it's very detailed. I think it's a really good piece, really interesting. Congratulations to whoever got the coin, because but
there's usually fairly long written out descriptions when they are solved.
Yeah, actually, there's even teamwork, because I think there's threads on on a Bitcoin forum and Bitcoin Talk, excuse me, and people are saying, yeah, I think this part over here on the left is Morse code, and I think this part over here is some kind of SHA whatever kind of key, and so on and so forth. So You can interpret probably when you zoom in, zoom out, you get different things. So for example, I already see there's these, there's different patterns on top of each other that you have to interpret. So I really like that layering, and that she really hid Bitcoin in plain sight, just in a real complicated way.
Yeah, yeah, and it looks good.
It does.
That's the hardest part of it.
That's right. Okay, so is there one that you wanted to highlight from your site? I mean, here, you've got a lot of things you've covered. Uh, you know,
Go up and change for any of the viewers who come from the video. Show them how the column thing works.
right. So here we go. You just go over here, and then I can go to, for example, if I want the full effect, I can go to 6 columns, and then I get a really good overview of what you've got, and that's a little easier to handle as far as getting an overview. And there's some really good stuff. So if you don't feel like going on Reddit and collecting all the cool memes, then BTC Art Gallery does it for you. You just come over here and you can get the coolest one. Here we've got.
A lot of it comes from Reddit. A lot of it comes from Reddit, but I also have some other things programmed into my aggregator, because not all of it comes from Reddit, and there are people who won't post on Reddit ideologically, and I didn't want to keep. I wasn't targeting the Reddit users when I made this. I just kept this. I was making this as a backup,
right,
and a filter to the noise. And
okay.
if you want to go into it, I mean, there is at some point we've got to do a show just on what it looks like if you're not using my website to try to look at the Bitcoin news feeds and stuff, because it's a mess.
Well, let's just touch on as a final topic briefly before we have to, of course, mention that Blockchain Jesus is here in the house. But before we go on, we talked about it last summer or last year at some point about, not only on Reddit were things about XT or about a certain topic or a certain tone of language, deleted or censored, but also, artwork, memes, maybe sometimes mocking the mods, but also just about XT in general, or about you even said just about, not directly about XT, but they were deemed, I don't know, for whatever reason, not relevant and also taken down. And so it wasn't just so-called spam, right?
Yeah, if you go to the search button on my menu, and I believe if you type in the word censor,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of posts will come up. Yeah, it's very discouraging, because there is an imbalance in the amount of information the community has now because of the censorship, that they don't
Mm-hmm.
know about everything that has been censored. And so they assume there's no censorship because they can't see it, which is the biggest faulty reasoning sort of position I think you could put yourself in, because yeah, there it is. So no, this isn't it. Where is the
This is a good one.
type in, oh, it is good, but no, type in spells for Genesis into the search. Will bring up the painting that was actually censored. And this is
That's a really good. That's actually a really good painting. Now, whether you like XT or not, it's very well made.
Right, and what happened was spells.
Oops.
Yeah, no worries. What happened was it just came out on the same day as the censorship reached its height. There it is. Battle for the block size. Image banned from our Bitcoin. This was a painting done for Spells of Genesis, and it was done by Yodark, I believe. And it isn't about XT. That's not what it's about. it is about other things, and it came out at the wrong time. And the censors that day, the mods censored it, and they seem to have forgotten that they'd done so, or think that it's unimportant that they censored art, real art. This is a piece of real art here. This is really nice. If anyone wants to come and look at it, they can find it on various other sites, not just mine. You know, you can just type it in, battle for the back block size spells of Genesis. And I'm sure to the big core developers and the moderators and the big VCs and stuff, that this individual painting being censored, maybe accidentally, maybe just got caught up in stuff, that's not important to them. That's not important to them. I understand that. I probably don't think it's a big deal, but I think we have quite a bit of historical precedent on our side here about when people start censoring art that they don't politically agree with. Shows a real character flaw, and everyone who supports that level of censorship, I'm not talking about other things, I'm talking about this. Anybody who supports that level of censorship and thinks that is unimportant, that is a severe character flaw, because that is the total unwillingness to accept the cultural expressions of those who you ideologically disagree with. Just for the record, I'm not a big blocker. I'm not here to try to push a block agenda or spam the conversation anyway. I actually like the 1 megabyte limit right now, because I think it's forced all sorts of creative solutions to the problem. And the blocks aren't technically full all of the time right now. They just keep hitting that certain point.
We know that you're just here promoting artwork and propaganda to support bigger blocks, Dustin. So don't try to distract us here.
Oh God, it's gotten out. Oh,
no,
man.
I'm just joking.
I'm gonna lose all my reputation.
I think it's cool. It's an ongoing discussion, and it's an important one. You know, and we see that it's caused a lot of problems when mods get out of hand. Like agree with the idea or not. Which one?
Right where your mouse was at the beginning. Right
this one,
down,
the zombie?
Down. One. Go down one. That one. Check that one out.
Okay. You know, when mods get out of hand, you know, they need who mods the mod. Okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a nice high resolution one there.
Okay, I get it. It's blocks on a blockchain. Aha.
I think this was made for Bitcoin Classic, actually.
Well, I don't see the classic part, but
no, the guy who was made it, I believe his name is Graphics. He calls himself Graphics. Made it for that community though, and it was posted in one of their forums is where I found it.
Nice. So that's a good high resolution one.
It's a brilliant idea. It's really good execution, right? Little tiny each transaction inside of the blocks.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we're coming to an end. We went over some pretty cool pieces. If you want to check out the latest in Bitcoin artwork, including blockchain and distributed ledger artwork, then definitely check out BTC Art Gallery. That is btcartgallery.com. Also on Twitter, you are at BTC Art Gallery, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And you're always improving the site. Now you've got it really improved a lot. I really like that with the easy to navigate sections like that. And, you know, you're doing your best to make it easy to load.
I imagine that a lot of my audience will be newcomers who are here to try to understand things, and they want to follow these links back and find sources to new sets of information, because they won't have been caught up on everything. So organization, anybody's got suggestions on how I can organize things better? I was thinking about doing it chronologically. you know, if anybody else has got interesting ideas, I want to hear them. Oh yeah, go to charts. I wasn't sure what to do with my charts section. What do you think? Chart art is definitely a piece of Bitcoin history. So I've been trying to include it, but then I just started including all sorts of. Oh, that's my visitor list. Check it out. Check out how many people how many people have been to my site.
Nice.
Yeah, I get. It's not the complete list. It goes on and on for like.
Here's the one that I was talking about on another show. That's not. China does have a lot of the hash rate, but not all of it, not as much as people
This
think.
chart will radically differ from the next chart you see on the list.
Oh, wait, here's one that says China has 88%.
Yeah.
And here's one that says, actually, I believe Ukraine is the big area. Let's see, current. We're getting a little bit on a tangent here, but this is where it comes from. It comes from this. Somewhere on this thread.
This guy's trying to reference all of the Bitcoin mining centers by megawatt instead of by the reported hash, because they could be lying about that. So he's just trying to fact check them a little bit.
Yeah, but that's great. That's interesting. So we've got one by hashing power and one by megawatt. Right? Here we got hash rate, percent of hash rate.
Reported hash rate.
Reported hash rate. And here we've got investigated megawatt, also estimated as far as people, they're kind of
back of the envelope.
Back of the envelope, exactly. But that's definitely an interesting metric to check out.
Check out the next chart. The epic list of Bitcoin research by Brett Scott.
Oh yeah, I've seen this Google document before, but I didn't know it's been updated.
Yeah. So he's just tracking all Bitcoin academic research as it comes out and making a massive document of it as it's published chronologically. So as you can see, we go down and we get a lot less research in the early days, and the amount of research just explodes in 2014, 2015, and then we've just started on 2016. So I'll update this chart as he updates his, and really good work there. This is look at that.
In the blockchain or in
or in the blockchain. Okay, parentheses.
The Bitcoin blockchain or a private blockchain?
These are all private. Right. And a lot of these guys are R3.
Right.
That's a big list.
ATM charts, ATM radar. That's pretty interesting too.
Yeah, huge growth.
I'm surprised actually, because it can be hard to maintain, to keep them going. But
yeah, those are the stories we've heard. But the stories we heard are sometimes anecdotal.
Mm-hmm. Well, RoboCoin closed,
but they're nowhere near the top.
True. Definitely check out. You've got a lot of different sections, even charts, podcasts, videos also are included in this. Definitely check this out. Okay, also make sure to subscribe to this channel, World Crypto Network. Give us a thumbs up. Also, put your comments below. Also, I want to tell everyone that we have a sponsor for this show, startchatter.net, where crypto startups start. That is a group on Telegram. And if you have not checked out Telegram, Telegram is a app or a desktop application, and you can chat with people in groups. It's similar to WhatsApp, but it is a little more lightweight, and it has a desktop application. And there's a lot of different things going on in the Bitcoin world over on Telegram. So definitely check that out. And if you go to startchatter.net, then you will be able to join the group that talks about startjoin.com and crowdfunding and things like that. So definitely check that out, startchatter.net.